federal judge will now decide if the state can use BP money to build a lodge and convention center on the beach at Gulf State Park. Arguments in a lawsuit to stop the project were heard today. News 5's Debbie Williams is live in Gulf Shores. And Debbie, it sounds like the bottom line is that if this is the proper use of the money that was set aside to restore what was damaged during the BP oil spill.
You're exactly right, Devin. This is where the old convention center used to stand. It could again. It will be up to federal Judge Charles Butler to make the call.
More than 2 years ago, Governor Robert Bentley signed a deal to use $58.5 million of BP money to rebuild a lodge and convention center in Gulf State Park on the same 29-acre site where the old hotel and convention center once stood. That was before Hurricane Ivan wiped it out. The Gulf Restoration Network filed suit in 2014 claiming they couldn't do that.
That building a convention center on the beach to restore a convention center that wasn't there doesn't restore anything that was lost.
According to the state, something was lost.
We lost the use of the beaches and the resources of the park because people didn't come. So the draw is to bring those people back, to bring more people than even we lost to build it back up.
The money comes from an early down payment BP made a year after the disaster. Federal and state trustees divvying up $1 billion on a host of environmental restoration projects.
The basic problem with this decision is that the law says you have to look at alternative ways of doing things, alternative ways to fix habitat, to help wildlife, and all those sorts of things, and that's what didn't happen with this project.
Along with a 350-room hotel and convention center, the project would include dune restoration, enhanced trails throughout the park, and an educational center. But for environmentalists like David Underhill, it's still wrong.
It takes part of the public beach away from the public and gives it for the use of people who can afford to patronize such a facility. That's not what the purpose of a public park ought to be.
Federal Judge Charles Butler says he will make his decision as soon as possible. In the meantime, the Gulf State Park project is moving forward. Dune restoration, trail enhancements are already starting, and we're hearing that the foundation for the lodge and the convention center will begin in the coming weeks. Live on the Baldwin County beat in Gulf Shores, Debbie Williams, News 5.